slightly longer term. Our market expert, Ratnesh Kumar, has joined us to give us some guidance. Hi, Ratnesh. Good morning. Thank you very much. Well, what is it looking like? 7,500 definitely before 8,500?
Short term will be hard to predict, but I think things are looking better, more positive. I think if you recall, last 3 to 6 months we've been talking about the fact that next three, which is the last 6 months, unlikely for the market to break out because of a lot of challenges. And I think we are towards the end period of that phase. And if I look at on a 6 to 12 month basis, things are definitely looking better, both in terms of domestic factors. Obviously the global factors remain challenging, but all put together, I would think next 6 to 12 months will be a better phase for the market than in the last 6 months.
Okay, so next 6 to 12 months will be a better phase. Ratnesh, hi, good morning. Good to see you in. We'll talk about some of the big themes this morning. One of them is in the IT space, where HCL Tech has given that revenue warning. The stock is down 10%, but as an investor in the stock, how do you approach it?
So I would, not be able to comment on any individual companies, but if you look at it, IT space generally is in good shape. There could be companies, specific factors, one-off, etc. Because if you look at the broader IT space, it's doing reasonably okay even today. So I think IT, in the context of the overall market where you are seeing earnings downgraded, you will still have IT delivering above average returns. So that would for a one company specific issue, I would not step away from IT space as such right now, and that should remain one of the preferred sectors in the market.
Okay, but what would your weighting be? Would your weighting be towards economy exposed stocks, banks, autos, real estate? Or would it be, rather the defensives?
Not the defensives. If I have a long-term view, which as an equity investor I should have a long-term view, I think now the time has come to actually play the next 1 or 2 years of, I'm sure not without challenges, but there will be revival in the economy. There will be revival in capex, and so the economy sensitive or economy heavy sectors would be my preferred overweights on a 1 to 2 year basis.
So SBI, L&T types would be the place to go?
So banks, capital goods, construction companies typically are there, and of course you have the short-term challenges that if the rate cut has happened in the short term, there could be certain amount of margin compression for banks. But if you're looking at the main issue for the banks right now is growth and the asset quality. So if the economy improves, then clearly the growth should come back, and on asset quality also there should be some relief.
Okay. One more theme that played out yesterday was many of these city gas distributors that started rallying after the domestic gas prices were reduced by about 18%, now at $3.8 per MMBTU. Is this a space that you think can give good returns to investors, the IGLs or even the, some of the other stocks like Gujarat Gas?
So this space, I look at it more as a utility.
Yeah.
So it is a good space for a steady kind of growth in the companies and hence steady kind of returns from their stocks. So that is how I would look at it, and that can be part of the portfolio as a portion which is not so much economy sensitive, not so much global market sensitive or global factor sensitive, and independently. And clearly, if they get lower input prices, that can help the demand and sustain that steady growth that they can deliver.
Okay. Ratnesh, would this be a time to bet on mid-caps rather than the large boys? I mean, if you're looking at the economy turnaround, then valuations are still better at mid-caps?
Well, mid-caps had a good rally. So incidentally, it is not so that the mid-caps as a whole category are at a lower valuation than large caps. So I think what I'm looking at is the initial phase of the economy and the market recovery. Quite likely that you will have large caps lead the market out from the current range bound situation which we have seen for the last 6-8 months, which is 7,500 to 8,500. Possibly the large caps will lead the market out of this range, and then mid caps will obviously follow. As a strategy, mid caps obviously remains good for the long term, which is that you will get above average growth and fairly good returns from mid caps as a category, within which obviously then it comes to individual stock selections.
Okay. No, your prime theory is that global situation is going to be very challenging. So this yesteryear bets like auto ancillaries avoided?
Auto ancillaries, I think, have had their best run because a lot of positive factors have played out for them over the last few years, and that has resulted in most of the auto ancillaries actually trading at fairly high valuations. And as the global challenges play out, a single individual factor can burst that valuation, as we've seen in the case of Volkswagen. So I think auto ancillary as a space I would be underweight on at this stage.
Okay, by the way, a couple of stocks to mention right now. The market is doing quite well, and at this point, a stock like Infosys has hit a fresh 52-week high, so it's sitting at about 1185 now, the Infosys stock. And pull up a chart of around 6 or 12 months of Infosys, and you'll see the kind of returns it's given. Also, Lupin is another one that's very close to its lifetime high. So 2094 on Lupin is the biggest gainer at this point in the Nifty, and close to its lifetime high of around 2100 or 2115 or so. What about Pharma? You said you like IT, but Pharma has been the biggest gainer in the month gone by, in this year. Do you increase allocation to some of these names like Lupin and DRN?
Pharma as a whole, I think, is expensive. Obviously, there will be individual company-specific opportunities, and the sector has done pretty well over the last 2-3 years of the challenging market phase. So, as a sector, I would not say that I would be particularly, an overweight on the sector. At best, one can be neutral, and within which look for company-specific opportunities and the stories which are there. I don't think Pharma will be the primary or a strong driver of the market going forward over the next 1 year.
All right. Just once again to update on the market, 8,000 has held, or rather reconquered, if you please. And the Sensex and the Nifty are now almost in step with the Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty is seeing a little bit of profit taking. Actually, a stock you should pull up is Lanco, penny stock, but over the last 1 week or so, we have seen that stock pulling up a goodish bit. So not today. Today, of course, that stock, even when you call it 9% higher, it's about 45 pies higher. Nevertheless, just pull up the 1 week or something of the stock. It's seen a bit of strength as some of its stocks have got, some of its plants have got some gas and a PPA, and therefore a little bit of sales happening in that from that company's plants. Otherwise, market's in a fairly decent spot with about 4 stocks in the green for 1 in the red. Well, Ratnesh, what are the other themes that one can play? Anything way out? At one point, logistics was the fashion. Any sunrise stocks that themes that we should look out for?
So one of the themes which remains favorite for me is entertainment space.
Okay.
So which plays on the fact that you do have a large young population, number of workers continue to increase, and any good companies in entertainment space should continue to have a fairly strong long-term growth potential, and that's a very small space in the market. So if you're looking at smaller sub-themes, then that could be one of them to catch up on. But broadly, if you're looking at the market positioning over the next 6 to 12 months, I would not be surprised to have, let's say, Nifty somewhere by like 9,500 odd to be seen sometime in 2016. And in that context, there will be enough and more opportunities in the market for larger themes as well as smaller themes.
Okay. All right, Ratnesh, we'll leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining us and giving us your view on the markets as well as on individual themes and stocks that you need to play. Well, for now, the index is moving with quite a bit of strength, but 8,000 has held on the Nifty. And in terms of individual stocks, there's plenty that you can buy today and make a lot of money. So it's a good day for stock picking. But one stock that's in focus at this point is Treehouse Education. SES, which is Stakeholders Empowerment Services, has raised concerns over the high levels of receivables on Treehouse's balance sheet, and they say that the spike in receivables has been unusual as the fees have been paid in advance. J.N. Gupta of SES joins in. Okay, in a bit he'll just join in to talk about that. But the problem with the stock has been intense. As you can see, in this year itself, the stock has come off substantially, down almost, in the last 3 months, it's down almost about 25% odd. The management has come and clarified as far as its receivables are concerned, but SES continues to say